All right, how's it going, y'all? I just happen to be in the Northeast by the Air Force bases, which is behind me. And thank you for your time, y'all. Today's 29 January. It's about 10:30 in the morning. So top of the morning to everybody. For you guys coming in town and you guys want to hang out, you guys be safe out there and get home safely. I know we've had some problems out there with the airlines, and I think that'll probably be like that probably with the CES going on, probably at least a good week or so. All right, week to 10 days here in Las Vegas. But there's been thousands of flights been canceled. So all I can say is just find a way to get home. All right. Seems like people like come talking to me when I'm doing this video here. All right. So, but look, I know there's some bad news for you guys that like the Raiders. And I saw it yesterday, and I saw Skip and Shannon's one of my favorite shows. You can look that up for yourself. That the Raiders has decided to bench Derek Carr for the rest of the season, and it might not be a bad thing to preserve him for any type of future endeavors if he chooses to do it. I think that he'll end up going somewhere else if he wants to, okay? And we'll get to that in a minute. But just from analyzing, talking to, listening to different people talk on the local news and the Raiders net, I think it's the Raiders chat on YouTube, and also again Skip and Shannon to analyze this. I just think that in the opinion of Mark Davis, and I think there may have been some personality conflicts with the coach and all that. All right, and I don't think that the coach is that bad of a dude. Okay, in fact, he was the reason. Okay, Josh McDaniels was the reason why the car was still there. Okay, I just think that it was just time. All right, sometimes in life you could be with a person and you be running through a gauntlet, and sometimes they may be like an impasse, okay? Like you see a herd of animals that go through like a river and so forth, okay? And there could be gators or, I don't know, hippos there, and many of them make it, some won't, okay? Where, and that's how it ends up, where people end up, going their separate ways because of that. And I just think that that's the way just things turned out, all right? It's not good, but not necessarily a bad thing. But that's just the way this business goes. But particularly like in Las Vegas, all right, in this city, okay, this is, man, it's like this in the league too, where it's kind of like people. In the end of the day, people want to see results. But when you deal with Vegas, all right, then it's all about keeping up with the Joneses. The pace shifts. And it's kind of like one of the things, if you don't keep up, you're going to get left behind eventually, all right? So, back to the story there, okay, that it's my understanding that it was a higher-up thing with the general management and the owner. So, that goes to show that I think that Josh McDaniels, to a certain point, has been puppeted, okay? But I'm pretty sure in the end of the day that Josh McDaniels, that coach, had a vote on that. Okay? But all in all, I think that Carr had a lot of great years. He played for 9 years, and he did a lot of great things. But then again, it was like he could do a lot of great things, and he could do one thing or whatever that'll mess it up and become a disaster. He was although he threw a lot of yards this year, he was the leading leader in interceptions this year. Okay, I mean, either he could be a great quarterback, electrifying, or he could be terrible, okay? And all this is not his fault because there was a lot of factors, and I spoke on this throughout the games where the team just led to a failure. Drop balls in the end zone in the fourth quarter, lack of productivity for one thing in the second half, okay? And all these little dumb little mistakes, okay, from the receivers and stuff like that are doing. All right, Waller, Winfro, okay, fumbleitis, and I think those guys have been together long enough to know that. But in the end of the day, somebody had to take the fall here. Okay, I think there wasn't a connection with Carr, and I think it was like that for quite some time. Okay, I just think that uh, how do I want to say this? I think I'm just looking at the time here. Not it's not always where between probably him and the coaching staff and the management that they always saw things eye to eye. Okay, and I do think that that does trickle down. Okay, the things that happened last year. Okay, with what's the name? The guy that got in the accident. Somebody tell me. Okay, Hobbs. Okay, and then with Gruden getting fired. Okay, I thought one of the factors as well was they should have kept Bisaccia, okay, because he was able to rally those guys up, and because of that, the Raiders were able to make the playoffs, okay, yeah, last year. But when you get to a certain point, and Carr played for like 9 years, you expected to be able to compete regardless, no matter what. And this happens to every professional when you get to a certain point in your career, no matter what you do. All right, it's happened to me, so I can tell you from experience where you're going to have to decide what you want to be, whether you want to go this direction or that direction. You either get better or you get worse. And I think that Carr's at a crossroads right now. From reports that they had earlier this year, okay, from local news that he was going to retire a Raider, that he didn't want to go to another team. All right, but let's see how that happens. End result, we got 2 more games this year. They're going to play San Francisco 49ers on the first. He's going to sit out, and they're going to play this Steedman guy. And I think from what I saw, he was a lot like Carr, come out from Auburn, had a lot of success at Auburn. Probably to see what this guy could do, okay? And I guess they want to assess where Carr's going to. I just think that Carr gone, you know what I'm saying? That's just in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but I think what it is a lot of the guys that like the Raiders, they're so used to seeing certain people out there for so long, all right? But you figure that, you know, you're only going to play for so long anyway. And what the Raiders need to do is they need to draft, okay? And eventually, that's what it's going to boil down to anyway. So let me know what you think about the video there. If y'all are able to go to the game, have fun. I'm probably going to be watching it from TV or maybe YouTube or whatever, okay? I think there's going to be a lot of fights that game. Hey, the 49ers been rolling, though, even with that third string guy. And let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, share, and check out some of the other videos. All right, peace.